Pets hold a special place in the hearts of many, serving not just as companions, but as beloved family members. The emotional bond between humans and their pets is profound, often characterized by unconditional love, loyalty, and joy. This connection can be so deep that the thought of losing a pet can evoke intense feelings of grief and sorrow. As such, the topic of pets and their potential afterlife according to the Bible resonates with many pet owners who seek comfort and hope regarding their furry friends. Welcome back to the Word, where faith comes alive and truth hits home. Let's get into it. Do animals have souls? Will we see our pets again in heaven? What does the Bible really say about the afterlife of animals? In this video, we're diving into these heartfelt questions that speak to both our love for our pets and our hope for something beyond this life. The loss of a beloved animal is deeply personal, and for many, faith plays a big role in how we process that grief. By exploring key scriptures and interpretations, we'll look at what the Bible reveals about animals in God's creation and their possible place in eternity. This isn't just a theological study, it's a search for comfort, connection, and understanding. So as you watch, think about the pets you've loved and lost, and feel free to share their stories in the comments. We'd love to hear about your favorite furry friend. Let's explore together what faith might say about seeing them again in the afterlife. The Bible offers a vivid and awe-inspiring description of heaven, often depicted through rich imagery that captures the imagination. One of the most striking representations includes streets of gold, gates made of pearls, and a city illuminated by the glory of God. This portrayal suggests a place of unparalleled beauty and perfection, where pain, suffering, and sorrow are absent. In Revelation 21:4, it is stated that God will wipe away every tear, and there will be no more death or mourning, highlighting the profound peace and joy that characterize this divine realm. However, as we contemplate these descriptions, it is essential to recognize the limitations of human understanding when envisioning heaven. Our earthly experiences and language often fall short of conveying the true essence of such a transcendent reality. The imagery used in the Bible serves as a glimpse into the divine, yet it may not fully encapsulate the richness and depth of what awaits believers. This acknowledgement invites us to approach the topic with humility, understanding that heaven transcends our wildest dreams and expectations. For many, the thought of heaven brings immense comfort, especially when considering the joy and fulfillment that awaits those who believe in God. In His presence, believers will experience a sense of completeness and belonging that surpasses anything found on earth. This anticipation of eternal joy can extend to our beloved pets as we ponder their potential place in this heavenly existence. While the Bible does not explicitly address the fate of animals in the afterlife, the overarching themes of love, restoration, and divine care suggest that the joy of heaven may encompass all of God's creation. As we reflect on the biblical description of heaven, we are reminded of the hope it brings, not only for ourselves, but also for our cherished companions. Ultimately, the promise of heaven assures us that in God's presence there is a fullness of joy that transcends our understanding, offering comfort and hope for both believers and their pets. The biblical account of creation, as detailed in the book of Genesis, presents a profound narrative that highlights the goodness of all living things. In the creation story, God meticulously crafts the world in 6 days, culminating in the creation of humanity on the 6th day. Each aspect of creation is declared good, emphasizing the inherent value and purpose of every creature. This includes not only the majestic landscapes and vibrant ecosystems, but also the animals that inhabit them. Genesis 1:25 states that God made the animals according to their kinds, showcasing the diversity and beauty of life that he intended. This foundational narrative establishes a framework for understanding the special connection between humans and animals as integral parts of God's creation. Humans are uniquely created in God's image, which sets them apart and grants them a distinct role within the created order. This relationship is characterized by companionship, stewardship, and mutual respect. Animals are not merely resources for human use. They are fellow creatures, deserving of care and compassion. The bond between humans and animals reflects a divine intention, where both are seen as part of a harmonious creation. Furthermore, the responsibility humans have to care for animals is a significant theme throughout the scriptures. In Genesis chapter 1:28, God commands humanity to fill the earth and subdue it, which includes exercising dominion over the animals. However, this dominion is not a license for exploitation. Rather, it is a call to stewardship that mirrors God's love and care for all his creations. By nurturing and protecting animals, humans fulfill their role as caretakers, reflecting the compassion and responsibility that God embodies. This relationship underscores the importance of treating animals with kindness and respect, recognizing their intrinsic value as part of God's handiwork. As we explore the biblical account of creation, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all living beings and the sacred duty entrusted to humanity to honor and care for the animals that share our world. This understanding deepens our appreciation for the divine relationship that exists within creation, fostering a sense of responsibility and love for all creatures. Reverend Billy Graham, a prominent figure in Christian evangelism, shared profound insights regarding the possibility of pets in heaven, offering comfort to many who have lost beloved animals. Graham believed that God, in his infinite love and wisdom, would ensure our happiness in the afterlife. He often emphasized that heaven is a place of joy and fulfillment, where all our needs and desires would be met. This belief extends to the idea that our cherished pets could indeed be part of our heavenly experience. Graham suggested that the love we share with our animals is a reflection of God's love for us, and it is reasonable to think that such bonds would not be lost in eternity. He articulated that if our pets have brought us joy and companionship during our earthly lives, it stands to reason that God would allow those relationships to continue in heaven, where pain and sorrow are absent. This perspective resonates deeply with pet owners who find solace in the thought of reuniting with their furry friends in the afterlife. Graham's reflections on this topic are particularly comforting as they provide hope and reassurance during times of grief. He acknowledged the deep emotional connections people have with their pets, recognizing that these relationships are significant and meaningful. By suggesting that pets could be part of our heavenly experience, Graham offered a vision of heaven that is inclusive and filled with love. His insights encourage believers to embrace the idea that God cares about every aspect of our lives, including the bonds we form with animals. This comforting notion allows individuals to find peace in their loss, knowing that their pets may still be a part of their journey in the afterlife. Ultimately, Reverend Billy Graham's reflections on pets in heaven serve as a reminder of God's compassion and the joy that awaits believers, fostering hope and healing for those who have loved and lost their animal companions. His words continue to inspire and uplift, reinforcing the belief that love transcends even the boundaries of life and death. The scriptures provide intriguing insights into the potential existence of animals in the afterlife, particularly through the prophetic visions found in the book of Isaiah. In Isaiah chapter 11, 6-9, we encounter a beautiful depiction of harmony among animals in the new heaven and earth. The verses describe a time when the wolf will dwell with the lamb, the leopard will lie down with the goat, and a child will lead them. This imagery illustrates a profound peace and coexistence among all creatures, suggesting a restoration of creation to its intended state of harmony. The passage emphasizes that even natural predators and prey will live together without fear or harm, indicating a transformative change in the relationship between animals. Such descriptions raise compelling questions about the fate of our beloved pets in the afterlife. If God envisions a world where animals coexist peacefully, it opens the door to the possibility that our cherished companions may also share in this eternal existence. The implications of these verses are significant for pet owners who seek comfort in the idea that their animals could be part of the new creation. The promise of a restored world filled with joy and harmony suggests that the love and bonds we share with our pets may not be lost, but rather transformed and fulfilled in eternity. Encouraging viewers to consider this possibility can provide hope and solace, especially for those grieving the loss of a beloved animal. If this Bible study spoke to you, be sure to subscribe. We share new, thought-provoking videos each week. The biblical vision of a new heaven and earth invites us to imagine a reality where the joy of companionship extends beyond this life. It paints a picture of perfect peace, where the joy of companionship, both human and animal, may stretch beyond the bounds of this life. In this renewed creation, God's love for all living things is not just preserved, it's perfected. The idea that our pets might share in this eternal harmony is more than wishful thinking. It's rooted in the biblical theme of redemption for all creation. As Romans 8:21 suggests, creation itself longs to be set free from decay. This opens the door to a beautiful possibility, that the love we've shared with our animals could echo into eternity. For many, that hope brings comfort, not just as sentiment, but as a glimpse into the heart of a God who delights in every living thing he has made. Unlike animals, humans possess the capacity for ethical reflection and deliberate moral action. While animals operate largely on instinct, we are equipped to consider the impact of our choices. This includes how we treat those who are vulnerable, our pets among them. Proverbs 12:10 tells us, "The righteous care for the needs of their animals," a reminder that compassion is not optional, it's essential. When we act with kindness toward animals, we mirror God's own tenderness and acknowledge the sacredness of his work. The theological concept of stewardship runs deep. Think of it as sacred trust. To care for creation is to join God in his ongoing work of love and restoration. When we live this out, we don't just protect what's been made, we participate in its flourishing. The Bible calls us to this higher vision, to live in harmony with the world, to lift up rather than exploit, and to treat all life with the dignity it deserves. In doing so, we bear witness to God's image in us and his love through us. Throughout history, respected Christian thinkers have weighed in on the fate of animals in the afterlife, often with surprising warmth. John Wesley, the founder of Methodism, believed animals were deeply valued by God. Though he stopped short of declaring their place in heaven, Wesley's theology leaves space for hope. He wrote that in the restoration of all things, God's mercy would extend beyond what we can now fully understand. Likewise, Martin Luther suggested that a redeemed creation might well include animals, stating, "In paradise, the lion shall lie down with the lamb, and the child shall play with them." For both men, the harmony envisioned in the age to come was not one of human isolation, but of total renewal. More recently, author and theologian Randy Alcorn has argued passionately for the inclusion of animals in the world to come. In heaven, he writes that Christ's resurrection signals a cosmic redemption that touches every corner of creation, including the animal kingdom. Citing Romans 8, he contends that the promise of renewal is not limited to humankind, but stretches to all things, reinforcing a hopeful theology that our pets may not be lost to us forever. For anyone who's loved and lost a furry companion, this vision offers a powerful comfort, that the same God who counts the sparrows fall may also reunite us with those we've cherished. Together, these voices, Wesley, Luther, Alcorn, point to a consistent theme. God's creation is not disposable. It's beloved, and if redemption is truly complete, it must reach beyond humanity, encompassing the very creatures who have so often brought us glimpses of pure, unconditional love. Our bonds with pets are real, deep, and often life-changing. They aren't just animals, they're companions, confidants, and family. They welcome us home with joy, stand by us in silence, and offer the kind of loyalty we rarely experience elsewhere. Their presence soothes anxiety, lifts depression, and grounds us in the here and now. To many, that connection is more than emotional. It's spiritual. Pets also teach us. They shape our character by calling forth patience, responsibility, and empathy. For children especially, caring for a pet is often their first real lesson in nurturing another life. These small but profound acts, feeding, walking, comforting, become practice in love and attentiveness. And for adults, pets continue to model simplicity, trust, and living in the moment. In return, the joy they bring is immeasurable. Their playful energy, intuitive comfort, and unwavering presence offer something rare, a love that expects little but gives much. For many, pets are a steady light in life's darker seasons. They don't just share our homes, they help heal our hearts. The loss of a beloved pet cuts deep because the bond is real. These animals aren't just part of our lives, they shape them. They greet us with joy, stand with us in silence, and love us without conditions. When they're gone, the grief is heavy, but so is the gratitude. The memories they leave behind become a quiet legacy of loyalty, comfort, and love. And for many, the hope that we might see them again someday, that the love we shared could outlast this life, is a source of deep, healing peace. Throughout this journey, we've explored the emotional depth of our connection to pets, the biblical vision of creation's restoration, and the voices, both ancient and modern, that offer hope of reunion in eternity. From the poetic prophecies of Isaiah to the reflections of John Wesley, Martin Luther, Billy Graham, or Randy Alcorn, a consistent message emerges. God's love for his creation is vast, and his redemptive plan may very well include the creatures who have loved us so faithfully. This is personal. It's about real lives, real love, and real loss. And it's about a God who sees it all, values it all, and maybe, just maybe, intends to restore it all. So, if this video gave you comfort, clarity, or even just a moment of peace, we invite you to subscribe. It helps us keep creating meaningful content for people like you, those searching for answers, for hope, and for something deeper. We'd love to hear about your beloved pet in the comments. Tell us their name. Share a memory. Let's keep this conversation going, because love doesn't end, and neither does the story. Whether you're seeking comfort, inspiration, or a deeper understanding of God's creation, there's something here for everyone. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to continuing this conversation with you as we explore the beautiful connections between faith, love, and the creatures that enrich our lives. We will see you in the next video. Stay blessed, Word family.